This is a real Optimus Prime gun and this is a fake Optimus Prime gun. Which one can we confuse the feds with? Okay, well no, this is a Nerf Blaster and the other one is just a bootleg Optimus Prime that also transforms into a gun. Here's a look at the side of the packaging, the back, and the other side. Let's open this one up. This is like not wanting to come out. There we go. Inside this box is literally nothing, but inside this one, you get only 2 foam darts. Kind of disappointing. So here's the figure in his gun mode, or should I say blaster mode. I was a bit hesitant to review this one because this isn't really for adult collectors, and my target audience for videos is adult collectors, but I still think this is kind of a neat little fun figure to have. He has a decent amount of detail on him. So as a Nerf Blaster, it's fairly basic. If you bring these bits down to the side, you'll have these things that let you hold the darts. Bring these out and you get a sight. For the darts, you just put it in, pull back, and fire. And yeah, there's not much else to it. And it does fire perfectly fine. I expected him to fall over. Let's try another one. Huh. So the blaster mode is fairly basic. Crazy how they have Optimus as a Nerf Blaster, but not Megatron. Packaging of the bootleg looks very bootleggy. Here's a look at the back. And yes, I am recycling older figures for newer videos, but the footage and commentary is still new. Now here's a look at the bootleg Optimus Prime gun. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any sort of dart firing mechanism, which would have been really cool. This one does also look more like the G1 Megatron gun, and that's because there is a bootleg Megatron version of this, which I have done a review on with my full review of this figure. This one in this alt mode looks pretty alright. It does look very toy-like. He has a trigger over here. You can see some wear and tear on this already, even though it's just been in the box. To transform the figure, all you really need to do is bring this down and around like that. Bring out the arms and flip them over. Next, we need to take out the hands, which can be a little bit tricky to do. Then rotate that around. Same with this one. Just bring it out, rotate it around, bring out the hands, and adjust that into place. Next, we bring the bottom part of the legs out, tap it into place, and then bring the feet out. Lastly, what we want to do is open the chest, and then take out the head, which can also be tricky to do. And there is the robot mode for the Optimus Prime. For what it is, it's alright. The head looks kind of weird, very different from what we've seen so far, and it's hard for my camera to focus on it. The eyes are a lot bigger, the details on the mouthpiece don't really work well, and the entire head sculpt is a lot more rounded than what we're used to. I like the shiny blue windows for the chest area, and the rest of it looks pretty alright. I think the arms are done really well. You have the smokestacks, the Autobot insignia, some nice silver on it, and a little bit of detail for the arms, some good detail for the abdomen area. It looks a lot different from the Voyager class figure. I'll do a comparison in a second. The legs are molded pretty well. They don't separate or anything, which is kind of a bummer. I feel like they could have made it for the legs to separate, but you know, now that I think about it, I can see why they probably didn't do that. The rest of the legs looking pretty alright. I like how he still has wheels on here, even though he doesn't turn into a truck. And the feet looking pretty basic. In terms of articulation, no, the head cannot move. All you really get is arm rotation. You can bring the arms out. Bicep rotation because it's on a ball joint, and then you can give it a bend. These hands can move in and out. The knees can bend as part of the transformation, and the feet can move also for the transformation. Overall, there's not really a whole lot to this figure, and the transformation on this is kind of a pain, honestly. Get that off. First, let's untab this, bring out the legs, and we can separate that to bring out the feet, rotate that, bring them out even more. Next, what we want to do is undo all that, separate these pieces, bring this down, and I believe this should go on this side. Let's bring this back up so we can bring out the head, and now we can adjust the arm into its proper place, bring out the hand, and we can tab that in, bring out the hand here, bring that out, and then bring it to the back like that. And that is how this figure looks. It's not the greatest. The head sculpt does kind of resemble Optimus Prime. The rest of the figure is just entirely loose, and it is flaking, but it's real annoying because nothing holds in place. This chest piece and the abdomen area does resemble Optimus Prime with the grill piece in the windows. The rest of the figure looks pretty bad. In terms of articulation, this can move. The head can not move at all. Elbow bend, these hands can move. Rotation down here, legs can move forward, back, can't really move out that much. Rotation, and then foot movement. These pieces can go on the side of the arm, and it also does have this really crappy light up feature. And then this is meant to go at the back, right over here, but honestly, it doesn't really stay in place, so it's not really worth it. Yeah, overall, this isn't any good. Compared to the other Optimus Prime figure, you can see the head sculpts are very different. The arms do look pretty similar. I kind of wish the silver paint on here was used on this figure instead of the gray. Actually, that would cause paint chipping, so never mind. This one also does have a lot more detail to it because it's a Voyager class figure. As you can see, there's some similarities in the abdomen, but they do look pretty different. And here's a closer look at the rest of the figures. In terms of a size comparison, the Nerf Optimus is much larger. And here's a size comparison with the bootleg. The two figures side by side, obviously the officially licensed Nerf Blaster is going to be so much better than this one, and it is kind of fun to have. Now, if you enjoyed this video, check out this other video over here or this other one.